Hello and welcome to RIT SportsZone. I'm John DeTulio.
And I'm Emily Clark. The RIT Tigers began the AHA playoffs in unfamiliar territory.
Tigers finished 8th in a 12-team league, and for the first time in school history, RIT did not earn a first-round bye. The Tigers hosting American International Game 1 of their best-of-3 first-round series at Ritter. Second period, Matt Karbowski with the turnover, and the Yellow Jackets take advantage as Chris Porter feeds it ahead to John Puskar for the breakaway goal to tie the game at 1. Second period winding down, Josh Mitchell calling for the puck in the slot. He gets it and blasts it home. RIT took game 1 2-1 as Jordan Ruby made 32 saves for the Tigers. Game 2, RIT took control early on the power play. Chris Saracino with a one-timer to give the Tigers the 1-0 lead. Later in the period, ASC on the power play, but they turn the puck over, and Webster native Dan Schuler goes in and puts home the backhander. 7 different Tigers scored on the night as RIT completed the first-round sweep of AIC, winning 7-1. Excellent play. How about the Tigers creating their own opportunity there? Uses the board perfectly for the pass ahead to Schuler. The Tigers moved on to the quarterfinals to face top-seeded Niagara. RIT lost game 1 of the series 3-2, looking to avoid elimination in game 2. First period, just over a minute in, and the Tigers strike as Josh Mitchell scores his 3rd goal on the year. It was 1-0 RIT. Second period, the Purple Eagles got the equalizer. Patrick Divjak beats Jordan Ruby. This one would go to overtime. Just over 13 minutes into the extra session, Ryan Murphy finds Mark Zanetti, who beats a diving Jordan Ruby for the game winner. Niagara wins 2-1 to take the series. With more on the season-ending loss for the Tigers, here's Kristen Clark.
RIT certainly didn't play like the number 8 seed in the AHA quarterfinals. The Tigers gave the top-seeded Purple Eagles all they could handle, but it wasn't enough to keep the series going. Niagara swept the Tigers 2-0 and extended their home unbeaten streak to 22 games.
I thought we played a really good game. I was really happy with our effort, both games, matter of fact. It wasn't just a single game. We worked real hard. We gave our best shot. Niagara's better, and you know, that's always hard for a coach or players to say that, but I can say that. I mean, I couldn't ask for much more. We had some opportunities to win the game. We didn't. They had an opportunity at the end and scored, but I thought it was a great game and between two teams, and obviously didn't look like a 1-8 matchup when really one goal differential in 2 games, but that's the way it goes, and we dug ourselves that hole, and you know, we were just trying to dig out at the end, and it just wasn't enough.
You've had close games against Niagara all year. How disappointing was the overtime loss?
It was disappointing, but I don't think anybody on our team left anything out there, so we can live with that. We worked as hard as we possibly could, and we did a lot of good things, and as bad as it is to lose, I can deal with losing when you give everything you got. So I think we did that tonight.
This team is used to going to the Blue Cross. Is it a sobering experience not this year?
Yeah, no. I guess we can learn from it, but I know, of course, we wanted no matter what a regular season was like, playoffs is totally different. And now looking back at it, it would have nice done a little better, get a better seed. But if we wanted to go all the way, we'd have to beat Niagara regardless. So whether it's going to come now or in the Blue Cross, I feel pretty good with our efforts, though.
Looking back on your 4 years at RIT, how have you seen the competitiveness of the AHA grow?
It's grown immensely. The first year, I think there's 4 or 5 teams that were really competitive with us, and then the rest were kind of just we just kind of wishy-washed right through them. And then the next year it turned into 8 teams, and now it's 12. I mean, you can't take anybody lightly, and I think that's just good for our league. I think it just shows how competitive, and I think you'll see coming up in the NCAA tournament how deep these guys are going to go. I think a team like Niagara is going to go very far. They're very comparable to the way we played when we went to the Frozen Four, and I think they're going to surprise some people, and the AHA is going to get their name out there again.
How is this going to be a learning experience for you?
You know, I think we're just all going to, you know, take it as a, you know, it's a tough loss. So going into the summer, just work hard and, you know, come back strong and just try to get back to the top.
You'll be losing 3 seniors this year, 2 of whom are captains. What's that going to be like?
It's tough. It's always tough. We've always lost good players, and this year's no different. Chris Saracino on the blue line led points, I think, in the league, close to on our team. Great leader, though, great person. I couldn't say enough about him. Adam Hartley up front, another person that's done a great job in the leadership role. And these guys are, been part of our Frozen Four and from the ground up. And I thought he did a very good job for us. It's not a big class, so that's why we're optimistic for the future, but very instrumental in our team and guiding us through this year.
Looking back, how well do you think the team played this season?
I think we had our ups and downs. We lost a lot of guys last year, and that contributed to this year a little bit of growing pains. But I think next year is just it's gonna be even better, and these guys just have to develop a little bit more. And there's plenty of talent in the locker room, and just the work ethic that they come to the rink with every day. Sometimes it doesn't show as well on the ice, just because maybe they're a little nervous or a little tentative. But I think this skill level is right up there with any team, and the work ethic's going to shine through eventually, and they're going to be on top of the AHA once again.
Welcome back to Sports Zone. The hockey season's conclusion marks the end of defenseman Chris Saracino's decorated RIT career. The Tigers captain tied an RIT Division I single-season record with 11 goals this year, and his 32 points ranks in the top 5 nationally among blue liners. But as Melissa Bromley reports, the now former Tiger is headed home to follow in his family's footsteps.
Saracino, the blast, and a goal! The Tigers lead 1-0. Chris Saracino.
Hockey is now a part of Chris Saracino's past. In the fall, the St. Louis native will pursue a law degree at his hometown university. What initially sparked your interest in law?
My family. My grandfather's a judge, and my uncles are well educated, a couple of them being lawyers, and just they kind of sparked my interest to seeing them do their thing as I grew up, and especially my grandpa, and getting to watch him in the courtroom and things like that. It kind of just created a cool interest for me.
Big blast by Saracino and a goal, and the Tigers lead 1-0.
Going to law school next year, you've basically given up hockey. What has that decision been like for you?
It was a hard one, but it's going to pay off eventually, because the game will always be there. But you can't wait too long to continue your education, especially starting college a little bit late like I did. So I'm not going to lose complete touch with it. I'm sure I'll be on the ice as much as possible and involved as much as possible.
Saracino took the law school admission test in October and got the news he had been hoping for.
We were actually on the road, and I got an email on the bus through my phone, and I didn't even look at it. I had to have someone else look at it.
Shortly after receiving his LSAT score, Saracino was accepted to St. Louis University, the only school he applied to. What is it going to be like going back home after so long?
It's going to be nice, because I plan on living at home, so I won't have to do much laundry or cook or things like that I've had to do for the last 6 years. But it's just going to be good to be around my family again and things like that. And I've been quite far away from them for some time, and just to get back involved in the community there and see my friends on a regular basis from back home, it's going to be nice. So I'm excited for it.
Despite some of the advice he's been given, Saracino is eager to pursue this new challenge. Have you ever been given any sort of advice before going into law school about what to expect and how you should prepare?
Don't do it, yeah. I've been told plenty of times not to go into law school, but it's something I really want to do, so I'm going to do it anyways. But they say that, it's very tough, as to be expected, and it's a lot of work and a lot of effort. But I think my experiences here and the amount of effort I've had to put in to do the things I've done here is going to help me along the way there. So,
if you could give any advice to Chris going on to his law degree, what would you say to him?
I think like anything else, you got to continue to work hard at whatever you apply yourself to, and I think be a good person. I think when you look around at all facets of life, there's great people, and when they, whatever profession they're doing, I think as long as you strive to be the best that you can in that certain profession, I think good things are going to happen. Playing athletics teaches you a lot about the real world, and it's not always going to be easy, and there's going to be ups and downs and challenges, and as a player he's met them head on, and is, like I said, has been very accountable for everything he's done, and I think that's a great attribute to have as he moves into the working world.
What are you most excited for when going to law school?
Just the challenge. I think I want to be able to prove to myself that I can do something of a task this big, you know, and I mean, I'm just excited to get things going. I'm kind of just waiting around till next August, so it's gonna be a long wait, but I think I'll be ready for it.
In their first season at the Division I level, the RIT women's hockey team was eligible to compete in the CHA Conference Playoffs.
The third-seeded Tigers facing second-seeded Syracuse in the CHA semifinals at Mercier. Second period action, Tigers strike first. Senior Kim Schlottman with her team-leading 16th goal of the season. RIT led 1-0 after 2. In the third, the Orange would answer on the power play. Allie Lacombe with the goal to tie the game at 1. We go to overtime, and midway through the extra session, Sadie St. Germain skates in and beats Allie Binnington 5-hole to seal the 2-1 win for the Orange. With more for Mercyhurst, here's SportsZone's Kristen Clark.
For the fourth time this season, a game between RIT and Syracuse was decided by 1 goal. The Orange scored halfway through overtime to defeat the Tigers 2-1 and advance to the CHA finals and end RIT's first Division I season. Despite Syracuse having more shots, it definitely seemed like RIT brought their game today. What was your impression of how the team played?
I was really happy with everything. You know, we kept a lot of their shots from the outside, which Allie will stop all of those shots anyways. And we tried to take out their defense because they have a strong core defense, and make our shots count. And when Kim scored her goal, I thought that would be hopefully enough. But in overtime, I thought we had enough chances to kind of finish the game off, and it just didn't go our way today, which is unfortunate. But they laid it out there and kind of emptied the tanks right till the last goal there.
It's always tough losing in overtime, but I think we battled hard, and I think we left everything on the ice, and when you're leaving everything out there, you can't really be disappointed with the outcome because I think we all tried our best.
Coming into the game, we were kind of like, okay, this is our chance right now. We haven't beat Syracuse all year. We're playing well. Came off an overtime win with Penn State. Like, we knew it was our time, but you know what? We're still a growing team, and you can't be too upset with what happened. So it's bittersweet now, but we'll move on.
Wasn't the ideal outcome losing in the semifinals, but what was your overall impression of this season?
It's an amazing season. You lose the last game, okay, but there's a lot of D1 teams that wish they were playing this weekend, and we're one of 16 teams still playing. And at the end of the day, you're thinking we were Division III last year. We didn't recruit. We brought the same team that we had last year back this year, and we're in the semifinals of a Division I conference. So I think overall, I couldn't be happier.
The RIT Tigers tonight, first game D1 level for the women. Going to come up on the short end, but
how have you seen this team grow from the team that got blown out against Mercyhurst to this team now?
I think we've definitely grown a lot over the year. I mean, mentally, everybody's developed a huge amount, and physically as well. Like, everyone's working really hard all throughout the year, so I mean, definitely a huge improvement, and you can see as the year went on, the games got closer and closer, and we were in every game, and we had a chance to win every night, so you couldn't ask for anything more.
I think it's just a complete 180. We're kind of in awe at the start of the year and kind of watching things, but now we're just competing with them, and we know we belong up here with the D1 kids.
It's your last year here at RIT. What are your overall impressions of your senior year?
I think my senior year was awesome, especially coming off last year, winning a national championship. I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. Moving up to Division I and growing as a team, and especially spending it with all these girls, it was really special.
You're losing 6 seniors this year who aren't just contributors on the ice, but strong leaders. What have they meant to the team?
Well, I'm, as with the whole team, like we're all best friends with the seniors, and that's one of the hardest things, looking at them after the game and they're crying, and you just feel for them, like they're your best friends for 2 or 3 years, and then they're going to be gone next year. But they've done such an amazing job with this team, and they've really helped us grow and taught us along the way, and without them I don't think we'd be where we are.
They've been everything. You count on them for the leadership in the locker room. They take care of stuff off the ice, and then on the ice, they're in every situation, and they do everything for us. It's sad to see them go. You can't believe that it's already 4 years and they're done. And I don't want to think about it just yet, but what they mean to us is that they're our team. They're the personality of the team, and we're going to miss them a lot. And we got to start recruiting kids just like that and get that personality back on the team.
What do you think the team needs to do for next season?
You just remember how it feels, and it's like we said, we went through this two years ago when we lost in a national championship. You have that sting of battle. You go regroup, get stronger. You work on the little things that should be worked on, and just come back motivated, not wanting to feel that feeling again.
Well, I'm hoping we'll be back. Maybe this tournament will be at our rink. Who knows? But I really hope that we can prove ourselves again and continue growing as a team.
Welcome back to SportsZone. Next December, when the RIT men's hockey team faces Niagara and the women's team hosts Clarkson, the 2 matchups won't be your average regular season games.
RIT hockey has proved to be a hot ticket in town, but this pre-holiday doubleheader will undoubtedly be one of the most coveted tickets in school history.
Outdoor hockey will make its debut in Rochester this December. The hometown Amherst and the RIT men's and women's hockey programs will headline the first outside games right here at Frontier Field. So what was your reaction when you first heard about the idea for this game?
I was excited. I couldn't believe that it was actually going to happen, and it's one of those things that you want to go tell everyone right away, and then they say don't say anything, and just keep it quiet until we announce it. And I was like, you're biting your tongue for about a couple months.
I was very excited about it. I think it's really been a great partnership between the Amherst, the Sabres, RIT, Monroe County, and the Red Wings, and we can't wait to get it going. All I could think of was how cool would it be to have a rink at Frontier Field for our community in Rochester, and to be able to bring a major league event like this to our town and have so many different people be able to participate. I think it's going to be great.
Dan Mason and I serve on a couple committees together in the community, and he grabbed me after a meeting and said, "What do you think about this idea?" I said, "I think it's great. We love the idea of bringing our hockey programs to the community, like Blue Cross Arena. The Blue Cross Arena experiment turned out to be a tremendous success, and the RIT community got behind it. And I thought that right off the bat, this would be a natural for us, our fans, our students, the 100,000 alumni we have worldwide, 40,000 in the community. And I thought it would be really, really neat for our athletes to be able to play on an outdoor rink, in a baseball stadium in the middle of winter. It's just something that they'll remember forever.
Now, how did RIT get involved with being a part of the game?
Well, the first thing Dan said after he agreed to do it is we got to get RIT. They've got such a rabid fan base, and it'll make the whole weekend complete. So Dan took the lead on getting a hold of RIT, and that was a pretty easy sell.
Now, what is all the work that's going to go into it on your end, and what has to be done?
Quite a bit, actually, between, selling tickets, promoting the event, and then just doing everything like we do for a baseball game. That's what we're used to. So we just have to transition and do it for a hockey game. But many of the same things, making sure the teams have everything they need, the facilities that they need, that all those people feel like it was, something that they're going to remember for the rest of their lives. We really want to make this a special event for everybody that comes to Frontier Field.
So how many tickets do you hope to sell for the game?
We have 10,800 seats. We hope to fill every one of those and then some. And we've had up to 13,500 people here for a baseball game, and we don't see any reason why we can't do that for a hockey game. So we're looking to do between 10 and 13,000.
What are the positives and negatives of playing an outdoor game?
I don't think there's really any negatives to it. The the positives is just the, I think the attention that it gives the sport in general, and I don't mean just RIT, but being partnered with the Amherst and the Sabres, the RIT youth community, and just experiencing something new and different.
If it rains, it'll probably be a little negative, but to have nothing but positives. You know, too sunny, clouds, who cares? You're outside, you know, you have the wind in your face the whole time. I think the crowd can get right into it, and you know, hopefully the girls skate that much harder to stay warm.
What do you think this is going to do for both the men's and women's hockey program?
Right from today on, it's going to be a tremendous recruiting tool. I think these athletes that are here today, and I think the rest of the ones on our team are going to be really excited about playing this coming year here, and they're going to want to compete.
It just takes us to another level, you know, that we're committed with hockey here, and with the community, our fans, and everything like that is just another step in the right direction for our team.
The outdoor rink will be constructed at Frontier Field by Rink Specialists, a global ice skating rink installation company based out of Maine.
While ticket information has yet to be announced, we're told that RIT season ticket holders will be given first priority.
Well, don't forget that staying connected to SportsZone is now easier than ever thanks to the RIT SportsZone app.
Catch up on the games and episodes you've missed and discover so much more.
It's a must-have for all Tiger fanatics, so download the RIT SportsZone app for Android or Apple device today.
Well, that does it for this edition of RIT SportsZone.
So until next time, thanks for joining us in the zone.